Here's a quick tape session on my SPY short today. Um, saw a couple things that were kind of cool here. You can see here I shorted at the rejection here, this 449 area. Used a 15% risk ATR stop here. Used a bit more. I actually used about 20%, so my stop was right up here, which is about 50 cents, which ATR is about 2.6, so about 20%. But so I partialed small here. We got a pullback, and what I noticed a lot of the day is anytime price was within a few minutes preparing to make another flush down or another move down, I would see a highlighted large block order, 10, 20 cents below here. And you can see there's one here at 44.710, which is sort of just below this new this consolidation here. And so it definitely hits that and flushes down through. And then I have, this is kind of cool how my order gets filled. I'll show you here what happens. Because once 44710 gets filled, it really starts to flush here. But like I said, these block orders are really magnets. And it wasn't necessarily a very high block order, but it was a bunch of middle-sized orders here. You can see another one will show up here. There's 44669, which is right here. So that gets filled pretty hard right there. So real quick, so we're getting some major flush down here. I'm gonna get filled here, but price doesn't even come down here. At least it doesn't show that it does, and I'll show you here. Right now. Okay, so right there, I got filled. It was a big partial. That was my big 65%-ish partial there. And so I paused and backed up to try to see if I could see the prints show, price going down to 44620, and I can't see any. Looks like it doesn't go lower than what it shows here on the chart on here. So what I'm thinking is, so basically there's a huge highlighted order down here at 44620, and you're about to see it on the level 2. And so what I think is this was basically just telling you there's a huge order down here. It's about to go down, and I was just one of the first of many fish to get filled here. It's almost predicting that, hey, we're going down here. You just quickly got filled, but we're coming right back down. Right there, 44624, large order. It's just kind of funny how I got filled with this huge gap, but it doesn't take long. It takes about like 10 more seconds, and it clearly goes down to this. Boom, right there. So there I should have gotten filled, or close to it, right there. So I just thought that was kind of cool there. So here you can see we have some large orders coming in at the excuse me, at the price here. Crap. Right there, 44.58. And then again, you have some coming in even lower. So like I said, you see these large block orders, highlighted orders showing up, and just kind of giving that confirmation that it's going to gravitate down towards them. There you go, some more. Which, by the way, we are nearing yesterday's low and this daily level, and then pre-market low here. So and ATR. So kind of all of this is sort of converging to a lot of orders here. All right, so here's some more tape action here. So you know how I like to kind of draw these little small lines to signify consolidations, especially when they're sort of clear, and I kind of give a top and a bottom to them, which kind of give me an idea of where stops should be in place or where little mini resistance and supports are. What I like to see sometimes is when I'm drawing these consolidations or these battles that are happening, I like to see the level 2 align with this. So like I was saying before, these bigger highlighted bids would show up below, and it'd gravitate it down. Even though there are big orders still down here, but they're a bit further down. They're more like at 445 flat, and then 44520, and right here we're clearly having some trouble continuing down. And so all of a sudden I see a change in tape here, where now we have a highlighted order on the ask about 15 cents above here, and you can see here how that's going to signify, or that's going to pull it up back into this consolidation up above in here, which then, to me, if we have a nice clear consolidation breakout and then it comes back in, a lot of times you will go from one end to the other. And so that's what happens. This big ask pulls it up, and then we end up getting back in here. And then I'll show you how it tops out at the top of this consolidation right here. So I don't know if you saw that order, but it went through, I think. Yeah, right there, that 445.68, those orders. And then, like I said, we're going to get right up here, just in this general area of where there should be some kind of resistance, and you'll see a change in tape as soon as we get up there, where a large ask highlighted order will show up. Or wait, excuse me. Actually, no. I think a bid shows up. So a bid shows up, which then drags it back down. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, so right there. So this, these lines aren't always perfect. So that's why I do give it some leeway here, especially when this consolidation isn't very pretty. I'd say it pretty much lines up with this low, this huge high volume. That's basically the top then of this consolidation. But I do let it, slip and spread out a bit. And sure enough, as soon as we get right up here, it looks like it's breaking up. But then what do you know? A large bid comes in at 44620, which is right here at this line, and you'd think that might be support, but what I'm noticing is it'll be gravity, and then once it gets filled, it could potentially continue it down, and I think that's what it does here. So let's see here. So it might have gone away there actually. So let's go back really quick. So it's right there, ACB 44620. And I'm not sure if that's it or not. These might be it. So let's just say those are it. That 44620 is gone, it was filled, and now we're getting back under this level. And then, like I said, consolidations normally, or mini ranges, it goes from one end to the other, sort of keeps bouncing. And then I like to see the level 2 sort of confirm this battle going on here with big block orders. And so here we have a pullback sort of in this consolidation here. We do have a large ask here. So we have right here ACB 30 cents, which is right here. Oh, no, excuse me. It's right up here, which is sort of this kind of triple top here. This ends up being an important level later on. So not only is it like a clear sort of resistance in this candle chart here, but it's also showing up on the level 2, and then, like I said, later on, 44630 ends up being a really good ask that keeps showing up, that I trade against later on. And so I'll just show you here how it does fill. Well, it kind of went away. Maybe it filled. I'm not sure here, but it ends up breaking up. Yeah, there it is, 44635, just a ton there. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but it looked like it went away. Maybe this was part of it. These are just tons of orders here. But we do end up breaking up from that and then pulling right back down to 44630. And then you can see some more large asks come in at 40 cents here. So then it bounces off 30 or 20, 30-ish, and then back up to 40, and then we get another move. And this is that kind of that bigger move back up to VWAP at 447. Here we pulled all the way back to VWAP, and you can now see that we're in a bit of a balance here, a bit of a battle. We're right at that 447. which is a good level. You can see here there was a lot of volume earlier here where price then bounced from here. So of course you're going to see some resistance here, which aligns with VWAP 447 whole dollar, and then clearly on the level 2 you can see sort of a balance here where there's a highlighted order just above under 447 and then another one at 87. So it's kind of sandwiching it here. And then this is where I end up getting short here. Actually, if you can see here, there is a large bid. Oh no, okay, so that's all for now for that. Okay, so right here, in the next half hour, there's going to be a really big pennant that's formed, and the top of it is going to be this this area right here between 20 cents and 30 cents, and it cannot break it here. And if you remember, I told you earlier that 30-cent area, that large ask right here, was did need some volume to break up through. And so right here, this is going to be continued resistance here, and these asks are going to show up here on the level 2. Only some of them are going to get filled, and then you'll see price really get down underneath, and that's what sort of starts this pennant forming here. So you see these large orders showing up, 446 15 cents. That gets filled. You can see it gets filled on the ask. Nothing past that. Then we have orders underneath, and then again we have another 32 cents here. Actually, we have a 20 cents and a 32 cents. So you're thinking, oh well, it's gravitating it up, it's pulling it up. However, this is all still in this area here, and you know I'm not long biased until it gets above it, which it never really does. So there's a ton of orders at 20 cents on the ask, nothing more than that, and then all the orders are below, and then from there it really sells off and kind of starts this very long pennant here. So I'm going to fast forward to it, and then a half hour later that same 30 cents is going to keep working on the level 2 here. Okay, so right here, about a half hour or more has gone through. You can see how price triple topped here, right at that 30 cents. It just kept filling those orders, and just they must have been refreshing, which they're refreshing again clearly right here, 25 cents. So it's all in this general area of 20 to 30 cents here of offers, continually refreshing, and nothing showing up above it. So until then, you know, I'm short bias right at this level here. And you know my overall thesis still is that it's weak and it's going to sell down. So right here I decide to get in. This is where I add in, and I risk I risk just above this zone of like 35-40 cent area. So I risk a small amount for a scalp add, and I would get out of it if it didn't work right away, because I believe that really within about 10 cents here it should hold. So I get in right there, and it actually works right away. And then let me fast forward here. So that ad worked for now. I draw a little trend line here, a trend line within the pennant here, and you can see here a bid shows up at 70 cents here, so that's going to pull it down here. So I feel like this, in combination with the trend line break, maybe with some extra volume, you get a little trend line break here with the added level 2 confirmation, and that's sort of how these things develop here, vice versa here. So right there, it gets filled, boom, flushes through. So you see we have volume. So there's your clear trend line break with that confirmation of volume here. So I do a trailing stop for these 10 shares that I added in on, just to kind of get the most out of this little scalp here with my core staying up here. You could see more bids show up down there. It flushed it down, but then it did a little bit of a pivot here. But I still have my trailing stop here, so I can. Okay, so what I did here was instead of letting my trailing stop, what I did was I drew another trend line here. So we had this trend line break here, but we had this bigger pennant forming, like I was saying, and right here near this daily level was sort of the bottom. So I did partial half of what I added in, and then I got out of the rest, thinking that this is now going to compress up towards this zone of offers that keep refreshing up here, and that eventually we get a nice flush, bigger pennant flush down here. So here I tried that in again here. I started to flush down, but then I felt like it wasn't the actual trendline break. We kept kind of popping up and getting close to this large ask. So then I got out with the idea that this large ask hopefully will get filled. We'll get the same thing happening where it fails, gets back under this resistance, and now we have another flush down, and maybe this will finally be that major flush down here. So if you can see here, sure enough, it flushes up, hits that 32 ask. All these orders go through. You can see 32 was on the ask, and then well, there we have some more here above it. Let me fast forward here. And then once, like I said, once it gets back under here, under this 20 cent area, boom, it's now a short again. That was a failed breakup continuation. And then now we have bids showing up at 69 cents, which is way down here, right down here. So this 69 is in line with this big trend line pennant here. So that's awesome, right? Because now I'm like, okay, this is going to flush down at least to here. And then we're going to see from there what else it's going to do. And then sure enough, it does flush all the way down to 69 cents. Takes a little bit. Boom, right there. Our partial sum of my ad. And then I think that's it. And then from there, it was done and it was flushing. So that was kind of cool. Just playing this resistance and how the level 2 connected with that. Thanks.